Overland Mist about to come up. Now the lights on, they're set to run. Starters up. And racing from the 1500, got them away to a good start too. On the inside, Aurora Glow goes up to take up the early running. Now Overland Mist drives through on the inside, Dazzlemore third, and Mungie Rose, the favourite, will settle about 3 away at the tail of the field. Going by the 1250, and now Dazzlemore around the outside takes up the running and speeds away to lead by 3 lengths on the stablemate Overland Mist, a length away to Aurora Glow, and now Mungie Rose tacks on a length and a half away at the tail, about 8 lengths off the lead. Passing the 1,000 metre mark, and Dazzlemore, it's keen to go faster in front and leads out now by 4.5 lengths. Overland Mist running second, 3/4 away then, and travelling generously as Aurora Glow, and travelling also well back at the tail of the field, well within itself is Mungie Rose, about 10 lengths now off the lead. As they race past the 700 metre mark, and Dazzlemore, Clinton Porter out in front on this galloper. Catch me if you can, he says. He gets out now by 6 lengths on Aurora Glow, who goes around the outside of Overland Mist, and now Mungie Rose starts her run at the 500 as these 3 runners quickly gather in Dazzlemore before the turn. Dazzlemore leads up before the turn, 400 metres to go, but Mungie Rose has swept right around the outside now to go up and join Dazzlemore on the turn. 2 lengths away, Aurora Glow and Overland Mist at the tail of the field. Into the straight they run, and Mungie Rose the outside gets it head in front of Dazzlemore, who's under the whip. 3 lengths away then to Aurora Glow and Overland Mist, but Mungie Rose bursts to the front. Leads by a length on Dazzlemore, who won't give in on the inside, but Mungie Rose is going strongly, and Mungie Rose will go down and win the first by 3/4 on Dazzlemore. 3 away then to Aurora Glow, and Overland Mist last in. Stand by, waiting numbers. .38 the time, 1:34.38. The margin's been 3/4 by 3 lengths by 5. Don't forget, racegoers, after the races this afternoon, race replays will be held on course. Now Determine and 8-foot Ruler will be the last 2 to move up. Just Daring, Determine heading the betting here. Head of 8-foot Ruler. Those 2 runners to move up. Starters about to come around and mount the platform. Lights on. Stand by for a start. And racing from the 1400, Jez Dari walked out of the gates. Claire Zone was slow to begin also. And one of the best away and going straight to the lead, Brindley Sun from Determine. On the outside, 8-foot Ruler will settle third, Raining Cash the inside. 3 away then to Jez Dari. And Claire Zone is at the rear of the field. 1,100 metres to run, and Brindley Sun setting a fast pace. Leads out now by 3 lengths, running second, Determine. A length and a half, 8-foot Ruler racing up on the outside of Raining Cash. Then followed Jez Dari. And Claire Zone is back at the rear of the field as the field becomes becomes more compact. At the 800 metre mark, and it's Brindley Sun leading by 2 lengths on Determine. The stablemate Jez Dari around the outside now goes up to be second. Determine back the inside third, then followed Clare's Own Oakford Ruler, and Reigning Cash has dropped away now to be last. Going past the 600 metre mark, Brindley Sun leads by a length and a half. Jez Dari Determined the inside, then followed Oakford Ruler off around them with a quick run. Reigning Cash is trying to take shortcuts on the inside, and Clare's Own has gone back to last. Up before the turn, Brindley Sun will cart them around the bend of the 400, quickly joined though by Jez Dari. Oakford Ruler onto the scene with a good run, Determined through the centre, and then followed Reigning Cash down to the 200 metre mark. Jez Dari just in front, Oakford Ruler ranged up on the outside, Determined through the centre, then followed Reigning Cash from Brindley Sun. Oakford Ruler, they pounce to the lead. Determined on the inside's fighting on hard, but on the outside Oakford Ruler is doing the best, and Oakford Ruler wins by a half length on Determined. 4 away to Jez Dari, third from Reigning Cash, a long break then to Brindley Sun, and Clare's Own last in. Stand by awaiting the numbers after race 2, but Oakford Ruler ridden by Clinton Porter. Too strong there for a black gelding of 6 years by Dedicated Rubber out of Dainty Miss, trained by Kevin Scott and ridden by Clinton Porter. 2 Determined, Rod Kirkup second, 1 Jez Dari, Trevor Davis third, Reigning Cash fourth. 125.29 the time, 125.29. A half length, 3 lengths, a half length the margins.
They were being followed next then by Darling, improving her position, followed by Denmark and Queener, and then as a break to Arrogant Queen, and further back in the few minutes Mystique Laura rounding the home turn, 400 to go, keep quiet the leader. Sellers won it from Tell Your Fortune, tight for third, Miss Rendezvous or Darling, and right on their heels Arrogant Queen, and then Acid Lee, followed by Knight's Contestant, Victory River, Tim No Fear behind them there, followed by Hot Set, Mystique Laura, and then a Law, Never a Chance, followed next home block.
Now starters up. 1100 metres the journey. There's some flyers in this, so they should go fairly quickly. Set and a racing. Passe, the favourite, was slow out of the gates, getting away quickly. Mystic Number going very fast around the outside as the speedy Key Tech. Then followed Mill Bindi. Going fast is Miss Cassie. Now Passe going around the outside, and the Q-Tel goes back to the rear of the field. 800 metres to run, and Key Tech, the leader, leads by a length and a half. On the inside now in second spot, Miss Cassie. Then followed Passe, who's quickly gone around the outside to third. Mystic Numbers dropped off 2 lengths, and followed Mill Bindi, and the Q-Tel's off the bit, 4 away at the tail. 500 metres to travel, and a Key Tech will cart them up to the bend, but Passe around the outsides worked hard to get within a half length of the leader. Then followed Miss Cassie the inside. Mill Bindy's coming with a nice run around the outside. Mystic Numbers back behind them, and then followed a Q-Tel into the straight, and Key Tech headed home for first. Passe's under pressure, then followed Mill Bindy, and along the inside Miss Cassidy. Mystic Numbers switched to the outside, starting to come home with a good run. Anyone's race to the 200. Mill Bindy raced up to take the lead. Mystic Number on the outside's coming quickly, but Mill Bindy's going strongly over Mystic Number, and then followed Miss Cassidy, and Mill Bindy races away to win by 2 lengths on Mystic Number. Third in Miss Cassidy, a Q-Tel making ground from Key Tag, and Passe, one of the last in. Race 3, you'll find that Mill Bindy the winner, ridden by the apprentice rider M. Elliott. 1 Mystic Number. Trevor Davis has run second. Judge calls for a photo for third. You should find that'll go to number 6 Miss Cassidy with a photo for third.
Just not satisfied yet. Billy Cooper has actually got his foot on the bottom rung of the ladder, but is gazing across at the start point.
This race over 1,200 metres. Esperance Bay Turf Club would like to thank all the sponsors for today's meeting. Mr. and Mrs. Duncan Stewart, the Kalgoorlie Starters up, light is on, set to run in the Norm White Memorial Maiden Stakes. Starter has one last look across the line. Hits the lever away and racing. Rock and Ron a shade slow out of the gates. Cheetah King got out fast. So did Tatton's Princess. Russian Rose got away quickly. Goes towards the early lead. The favourite around the outside. Tatton's Legend. Royal Truce is going hard towards the leading division also. And getting back in behind them on settling down. Mainly French and Rock and Ron. Goes back to the rear of the field. 800 metres to run. And around the outside. Royal Truce takes up the running. Leads by a length and a half on Cheetah King. Tatton's Princess. Russian Rose. Around the outside of Lonergan. Then followed Tatton's Legend, a length and a half in the field, then to Mainly French, and 3 lengths away, Rock and Ron at the tail of the field. 600 metres to travel, and the leader goes strongly. Royal Truce leads by just over a length on Cheetah King coming up to the bend. Then followed Russian Rose, Tatton's Princess, hemmed away on the inside. Tatton's Legend, the favourite, giving them a bit of a start. Then followed back in behind them, Mainly French, Rock and Ron into the straight. Royal Truce is first for home. Cheetah King down the outside, and now Tatton's Princess bursting through the centre. Coming to the 200 metre mark, Tatton's Princess quickly ranged up to take the lead from Royal Truce. Cheetah King's coming strongly on the outside, and then followed Tatton's Legend, but Tatton's Princess ranged to the lead, and it's all over. Tatton's Princess comes away to win by 2.5 on Cheetah King. Tatton's Legend next, an eye-catching run from Mainly French and Royal Truce on the inside, then followed Russian Rose from Rock and Ron, and Lonergan is last in. Stand by waiting numbers after the running of race 4. After race 4, the winner is number 9, Tatton's Princess, ridden by Rod Kirkup. Second, number 1, Cheetah King, ridden by Trevor Davis. Third in number 4, Tatton's Legend, Russell Hanson. Officially fourth in, Mainly French. The time there was 1:12.77. 2 lengths, 1.5 the margins. The main event of the afternoon, the Kalgoorlie Minor Sprint. Lights on. They're set to run. 1 to settle. And racing at perfect dispatch. School Rumours out the back door shortly after the start. Onto the course proper they run, and going straight up to the lead, King's Commissar. Stereo Man's going forward with Black Flag Girl. Then followed King's Cascade back on the inside. Tatton's Lad driving up through the centre, and School Rumours now settles back at the rear of the field, 2 lengths adrift. Down passing the 1100 metre mark they run, and it's 3 in a line. King's Commissar the inside. Tatton's Lad out 3 deep, and poking up in the centre is Stereo Man. 2 lengths away on the field, then followed Black Flag Girl racing on the outside of King's Cascade, and a length and a half to School Rumours, who's travelling well within himself at the rear of the field. 700 metres to travel, and the top weight now, Tatton's Lad goes to a clear lead. Leads by a length and a half, Stereo Man, who cruised up on the outside to be second. King's Commissar gives ground the inside from Black Flag Girl, then followed King's Cascade, and School Rumours about to make a run from the rear of the field. Down the run, 450 to travel, Tatton's Lad in front. By a length and a half, Stereo Man from Black Flag Girl, King's Commissar, School Rumours, and King's Cascade rips them in as they race into the straight. 300 metres to run, and Tatton's Lad, he slipped away, led by a length and a half, Stereo Man. Then followed King's Cascade coming through the centre from Black Flag Girl, School Rumours. Tattenslade's going to be swamped on the outside by School Rumours. Black Flag Girl goes with School Rumours, but School Rumours is coming home too strong. And School Rumours went on to win by a length and a quarter over either Black Flag Girl or Tattenslade. Next in King's Cascade from Stereo Man, and King's Commissar last, but only about 4.5 lengths from the winner. Stand by awaiting numbers after the running of race along with Tattenslade, with King's Cascade back in behind the place getters. Third is number 2, Tattenslade, ridden by Trevor Davis, and officially fourth is King's Cascade. 1:24.22 the time, 1 length short half head by 1 length the margins. Race 6 this afternoon is the lights on, set to run in the final event of the day. Don't forget, January 1, New Year's Day, racing back here, set to run, and racing. Arctic Storm got a good start out of the gate. Sepple Valley began well. Dan Silla's in search of an early lead, and the big mare will stride up and take the lead onto the course proper. From Sepple Valley, the outside from Arctic Storm. National Shift drives up on the inside from Lone Sailor, and Lassie Slippers dropped away to the tail of the field. Passing the 1,300 metres, and Dan Silla, where she likes to be in front, leads by a length and a half on Lone Sailor. Arctic Storm the inside next, on the outside to Sepple Valley, a length and a half then to National Shift, who settled okay, and Lassie Slippers bowling along easily up the tail of the field. 1,000 metres to run. Dan Silla leads by a length and 3/4 on the Bolter Lone Sailor, a length and a half Sepple Valley travelling well from Arctic Storm. National Shift goes up in the centre, now inclined to tug just a shade as Lassie Slippers starts a forward move around the outside. 750 metres to travel. Dan Silla's getting it easy in front. She's allowed to bowl along and get the best part of 4 lengths in front now, and Lassie Slipper, who ranges up around the outside of Lone Sailor. Hanson's attempting to steal it on Dan Silla as he sneaks away by 5. National Shift out of the pack, starting to run on. Sepple Valley taking a long time to wind up with a big weight, and Arctic Storm is last. Dan Silla being nursed around the bend. Will head into the straight with the best part of 5 lengths on. National Shift out of the pack on Lassie Slipper, who's under the whip, and then followed Sepple Valley up the 200. Dan Silla in front. National Shift's inclined to duck in. He's still 3 lengths behind Dan Silla, and then followed back in behind them Sepple Valley. Dan Silla's going strongly. Now the National Shift starting to straighten up and come out after Dan Silla, but Dan Silla holds a nice break, and Dan Silla's going to lead throughout and win by a length and a half. National Shift. Sepple Valley next, a break of 5 lengths to Lassie Slipper. Arctic Storm and Lone Sailor is last in. Awaiting Sepple Valley, Burton Reid third, officially fourth in Lassie Slipper.